Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Northernlion, plays the Binding of Isaac AFTERBIRTH Plus. We're never gonna lose again. The wins just keep coming. Ooh. Bad speed. Great rate of fire. Let's say great damage. Good luck. 4Z-A3, FWN-8. Don't freak out. Just be smart. Prioritize champs and chains in the chat, please. You got bombs. All you need to do is survive until you find a Tinted Rock or a Hierophant card. A Tinted Rock, a Hierophant card, or shop access, or an HP upgrade. Anything along these lines and you're good. You just gotta take a deep breath. I caught myself. I was holding my breath in. You know, you ever working out? You're like, why is this weight so heavy? And then you finally realize you've been holding your breath, and then you realize, alright, my muscles need oxygen in order to survive. And actually be able to lift things, you know, and work, and the actin, myosin filament, and the etc, etc. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, no tinted rocks on this floor. Chemical peel. Not bad. We're gonna go to our shop now. Yeah, we're gonna go to our shop. I'm gonna use a bomb first. You never know what we could find. Maybe a Black Lotus or something. Okay, that's not a secret room apparently. Could have fooled me because it's the only room that seems viable for it. But you know, so be it. It's not like I'm bitter or anything. There is a spirit heart for sale, which means that there is a god in the sky. And I'm very thankful for that in that present moment. It gives us a chance to live. I'm not necessarily a believer, but in that moment, I am exalted. Now, still, never take damage ever again, please. We wasted our bombs. Ooh, I gotta think about this one. Because I think after we kill this guy, we'll see what we get. It'll be a Steven-related item. Yeah, that makes the most sense for certain. We blew up every single rock except for 2 of them, one of which was the Tinted Rock. But we did do quite a lot of damage to him. So, to not be able to access this Tinted Rock has me feeling a little goofy. What are you gonna do, right? Is that we could go to our cursed room if you really thought that was a good investment, but I don't think many people are gonna think that's a good investment. This run definitely has the potential to be a little devastating. It's the least secure. I can't say it's the toughest run because our rate of fire, damage stat, you know, all that is pretty solid right now, but it's the least secure run we've had in a long time. You know, our HP is just a little wonky. Certainly wouldn't go overboard and predict that this is gonna be a loss. Just a little spooky as we prepare for a run where we gotta batten down the hatches a little bit. It's like we got a storm coming in, but the National Guard hasn't been called. You know, they haven't forced us to evacuate from our homes. They say, hey, batten down the hatches, you'll probably be fine. We're gonna have to do some dodges, is what it comes down to here. Now, we could use another key, go to our shop, possibly get a Spirit Heart, but it has the benefit of making us feel better now, but possibly hurting us later by not giving us... Well, never mind. What I was going to say is not giving us access to the item room, which tends to give you more future potential, but we'll see. How are we doing on starting items? I didn't really even pay attention to it, to be honest, but our starting items are pretty okay. Particularly... Well, not really, but Mom's Eye is very good. Magic Fingers, if you get into a situation in which it applies at all, it can be great. But as of right now, very rarely is this going to be super useful. I will absolutely buy another Spirit Heart. As much as I would like the Champion Belt. Really, we're kind of throwing out... I mean, we're not... again, we're not that afraid just yet, but we're kind of hoping for one major thing to happen here, which is we get to our deal with the devil, and it's amazing. You know, it's like Brimstone or Mom's Knife. Abaddon, Sin Robes. There's like items that give us... Well, either it can win us the game by itself, or it gives us HP in addition to giving us some utility. So, there's a lot of items that fit that bill. Where the heck are we going? 9 lives is one of the biggest for sure. Ooh. And we've actually had a pretty nice assortment of rooms. Just the occasional room where you got to build a path. I don't mind building the path, but Makes the room a little bit more of a puzzle than I might like. I'll just go ahead and say that if we didn't start with fairly above average stats in essentially every category, maybe not speed, but... Oh, there we go. A little better. If we didn't start with above average stats in our damage department, we might already be dead. I would hope that we wouldn't be, but... Onsus. That's a next floor card, or next floor rune. So the absolute worst case scenario is very obvious here. We get an item from this guy that is trash, and then our deal with the devil is trash. Like, Guppy's Collar is really bad here. Little Brim is good enough to eat, looking like a snack. So we'll grab that, grab this. We're really glad we didn't take moldy bread. Because really, you know what happened there? You can distill it down to brass tacks. If we took moldy bread, we would have taken Brother Bobby and Little Brim. So we would have gotten Brother Bobby for the cost of a red heart, which is the cost that it is, but we would have thought that it was free. Because we were like, oh, we're taking a too hard deal anyway. It wouldn't have been free. Because of the order, we could have gotten 1 HP out of it instead. We were being forced to get it for free, and that doesn't seem like freedom to me. Still, HP, volatile. This is good, dude. You know what? I was feeling the pressure. I was like, what am I going to talk about on today's Isaac run? This is the third one I've recorded today. They've been very expedited and very fun so far, but, you know, I was like, oh, am I going to talk about why do we have so many different kinds of cheese? Why don't we just have yellow and orange? That's not really how I feel about it. But, you know, I was searching for Zane, and I wasn't liking what I found so far. Now I can focus on the game itself, which really is a product of necessity right now. Wafer. It's a later game pickup. Like, it doesn't benefit us too much right now, but borderline essential for as time goes on. Now, again, this is a very interesting run so far. We've had a lot of trade-offs. Like, for example, here, with only 1 key and 6 cents, do you prioritize going to the shop, maybe buying another Spirit Heart? Or do you prioritize picking up one of these golden chests, hoping to start a chain, and then moving on? I mean, in the end, it probably worked out for us for now, but interesting question, I would say. I saw the gap. Let's actually go. Okay. Flooded caves are no joke. You know, if I come down to the flooded caves early, I'd rather have less HP, more damage for sure, so I'm not complaining yet. Now, Chaos, also a very interesting pickup. Okay. Hey, those are good pills. As is that, but not to as large of an extent right now. Now that we have keys, I think I want to go back into the golden chest room. We already paid the cost for it, so to do so would be nice. Check out our secret room very quick. Definitely we want to do second secret room. I'm a big fan of our situation right now because it's not like we're... Well, what am I trying to say about it, I guess? It's not like we're using Onsus to rush. We're using Onsus to do our due diligence. This is a good way to put it. You know, we're getting everything out of this room as a result. Or out of this floor as a result. So, try this. Quite happy with it, honestly. And we're going to do the same thing here. And, I don't think it's as good, but it's close. Box of Spiders, I think, is slightly overrated. I think it depends on how you see charges. And I think Necronomicon is slightly underrated, and I'm guilty of underrating it as well. But, the thing with Box of Spiders is you're like, well, yeah, it takes 1 room longer to charge than Guppy's head, but you get spiders instead of flies. Yeah, but, you know, like, 1 room longer is not actually 1 room longer. It takes twice as long, so you can use it half as often. That by itself more than, you know, makes up for the positive of the spiders doing more damage, in my opinion at least. Now we will play this I don't need to have 15 cents for our next floor. I would just love to have crystal ball or a couple of extra spirit hearts or a useful trinket. Somehow we're still ahead of schedule here. One of these is good and one of these is bad, like rubber cap and blasting cap or whatever, but fish head's solid. Burnt penny. Much better. So I think I'm going to go down to 0. I don't even think we need 5 cents. Blow it up. Okay. Now, we should be a little bit more willing to use bombs in combat now. Let's go. I'm not using I'm drowsy on this guy. Unnecessary. Now, we do have 1 red heart. And we did get a deal. I will totally take Fat Odd Mushroom. I don't... Oh, it's a speed downgrade. So there's a bit of a negative there. Maybe a... it was like 0.9. No, 0.09 speed down. Actually, 0.01. No, 0.1. He's got it. Finally. But yeah, this is... I think it's probably worth it. I mean, 1 speed upgrade was what we needed before, and it's still what we need now, in my opinion, at least. Try it out. Now, if I'd known... Yeah. If I'd known they were going to be champion bosses, probably would have rethought my game plan here a little. But you know what? It's a good test. It's a good test for us to see how our run stacks up. At this point, we made it. Doesn't seem that bad. Still, though, very much up against it. You know, none of our stats are so good that we look at this run and go, oh, we're set. You know what would crush for us right now? Keep in mind we have chaos, so things are a little wonky, but what would crush for us right now is if we got the exact item we had last time. If we get a Book of Revelations, we'd be extremely happy. Obviously, like a 9-volt is also really good for us. You know, make whatever spacebar item we choose to have, which for the time being and maybe forever if we get 9-volt would be Box of Spiders. But yeah, we got a long way to go before this run reaches any kind of level of comfort. But it's good. We knew this was going to happen. You know, at some point you're going to stop getting the very generous seeds, at least temporarily, and you're going to have to fight for a victory, and that's where we're at for now. And my hope is that this commentary will look ridiculous in like 20 minutes. We'll be on the chest with like an invincible run. People will be saying, well, remember when he thought this run was going to be a loss? I would love for that to be the way that this goes. But as of right now, we got a long way to go to reach that. And we've hit what I'm going to call the Corey principle. And this is not to insult Corey's players, or Corey's plays in Isaac. He's a better Isaac player than me, not being patronizing or like damning him with false praise. He's a better player than I am. But he's also a much slower player than I am. So we're hitting this kind of Corey threshold right now. Twitch.tv/FlackBlag. Where, you know, I used to be playing at my speed, now I'm playing at his speed. Never mind, we got Godhead, everything's hunky-dory. Still suffering from an HP standpoint, but... Dude, I mean, it's an amazing item, obviously. The one thing I will say is I want to make the Corey threshold a real thing. It's not quite the same as the Macbeth principle. The Macbeth principle is, this run is so good, I'm going to be overly aggressive because I don't believe I can die. Oh no, I'm dead. The Corey principle, it's a secondary factor. It's a diagnostic. Like your doctor would do an Isaac test on you and be like, ooh, your Corey factor's really risen a little bit. When we start playing a lot slower than we'd like when our pace on floors goes way, way down, that's an indication that a run could be headed for a little bit of trouble. Now, it could just be a false positive. Could be you doing your due diligence and going to arcades for the fun of it, but sometimes it can lead to, Well, if it lasts for 4 hours or more, please consult your doctor. Luck down. 48-hour energy is good. None of that was horrible, but the luck upgrade is worse than good, obviously. I think out of all these, we'd be inclined to take a demon baby. I don't think we need the damage from a demon baby. And I'm not going to go to our curse room. But I don't think we need the damage from a demon baby, but I think demon baby is decent, and I definitely do not want number 2 with low HP. If we have any other option to deal damage, I'd prefer to go for that. Sorry, I just had to... I don't know, I'm checking my email. I'm waiting on important emails, but it's a Saturday. You know, no important email ever comes in on a Saturday. Unless you're the kind of person who's like, I can't wait to see what Amazon tries to sell me today based on my relevant metadata. I don't know if I've ever said this before. And then usually that would be the start of something controversial, but it's really not. You know how, pay to play saves us some key-related issues, I guess. You know how people always go like, well, your advertisements are based on your search history. It's actually really useful as an unintended consequence. If you're married, you can find out like what your wife has been looking at purchasing just by looking at the ads you get. Like sometimes I'll be, you know, on a website and it'll be like an ad for a, you know, a luxury purse or something like that. And I'm like, first off, this poor advertiser has made a terrible mistake. You served this to the wrong computer. Secondarily, I know she's looking at purses. I can go over there and be like, what are you looking at purses? Which kind of purse do you want? You know, there's, you know, major holidays or anniversaries or something coming up. It gives me a little bit of intel that I can use. And sometimes the advertisement says there's hot singles in your area, and I go, what? There must be some mistake. Man, we just cannot buy a spirit heart. Please do not tell me if I have missed 20 tinted rocks, which is completely plausible. Okay, lead pencil's pretty good. And Little Gish is fine, but not nearly good enough to justify. We're out. Not rushing. We just can't, like, we're not gonna go to a curse room with this level of HP. It's untenable. So, oh man, I didn't even think about it. Lead pencil might be the item that gets the most benefit from having a high rate of fire and good tier effects. Like, previously I definitely would have thought like, oh, Holy Light. But actually, lead pencil gets all of our Godhead interaction, and then the faster our rate of fire gets, the more frequently it fires as well. So, you know, once every 10 shots, we get like 10 Godhead shots. Thanks to Godhead, thanks to Godhead, pencil pens. Nope. A real dearth of song parodies lately, but you know, I don't know. Maybe I lost the gene. Because now, like, I was like, maybe I can make a song parody about jeans, but you know, the only thing I could think of is denim, 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 denim Levi's. At best, that's a light chuckle. And I really do mean at best. I could use that key, but I don't want it that badly. You know what I do want is free boss rush access. That's not the right place to put that bomb. Free boss rush access. Wow, none of them exploded into anything. Guess we should be thankful we didn't get any garbage out of it, or like turrets, but... So I'm very confident. I mean, the mom transformation is meaningless here, but I'm very confident in this run now. The only thing that kind of gets me about it is the HP, and we've been endeavoring to make it better. We really have not been hit very often recently. I mean, we might have been hit like 2 times, 3 times in the entire run so far. I don't feel like we've dropped the ball at all here. Been to item room and shop. So every spirit heart is worth a ridiculous amount based on the fact that, you know, up to this point, this is all we've gotten. This is not a run in which we've had like 12 spirit heart options and we've thrown half of them away. This is a run where it's like, it's been a little tight. Is it worth it? I think it's worth it for Succubus. And we'll just, I hope I'm Drowsy works here. If it doesn't, we might be in trouble, but assuming I'm Drowsy applies the Drowsy effect to all enemies, even ones that have not spawned yet, I'm content to do this. And this is the rare, yeah, it totally works. This is the rare tactical boss rush, a boss rush you do because you're worried you're gonna lose the run, not because you just have free access to it. Okay, that's the first hit we've taken in a little while. I swear to you, I'm not sure if you noticed, we shot one of those lead pencil shots out of my butthole. I don't want Mom's eye to work like that. Also, what is Mom's eye? I thought she had blue eyes. Alright, beam-related enemies are the worst right now because beams do not find themselves slowed down by I'm drowsy. Everything is going just fine for now. Probably like a third of the way through. We got a little ways to go, obviously. Where did you come from? Who else? Polycephalus? Yep. See, my brain, for Isaac purposes, is working real well right now. But, you know, it's actually, I think, almost harder to dodge a slow enemy that is subterranean, because you just lose track of them completely. But the juice is very much worth the squeeze. And by the way, if we get hit 4 or 5 times here, but we end up getting Succubus out of it, life's great as far as I'm concerned. That's a relatively okay asking price, I think. I think it's easy to forget though, like, our damage is good because of Godhead. Our stat itself is not that good, so it's not horrible, especially when you consider our rate of fire is decent, but and lead pencil's helping out a ton, but it's not so amazing that Succubus is just gonna fly around the map killing enemies by itself. As much as I would love for that to be the case. Now, you definitely have to go first, my beam-related friend. One of you is alive, but you're so slow I can't tell who it is. War should probably go first. But, you know, what Mama don't know won't hurt her. Oh, there you are. Alright. If you... I'm so stupid. If you broke over the chasm, I was really hoping that he was just gonna fall into the abyss and die. I know that's not how it works, but wouldn't it be sick if it were? Closing in on completion here. I totally forgot we have the wafer, by the way. So, as good of a pickup as the wafer is, I'm gonna toot my own horn is not really the right word, but I'm gonna be happy with myself because we took it even though we needed a boost in the moment. We said, you know what, save it for later, like the English beat. And now it's gonna pay dividends. We lived long enough for it to pay dividends, which probably was what you would have expected, but still. Feels nice. Look at that demon baby doing a little work down there. Keeping the Larry Juniors at bay. And we're done. I'll absolutely take it. We lost like a spirit heart and a half to pick up a red heart container. And Succubus. Very good. Would we rather have prayer card? Long term? Maybe? Maybe we should have gone with that? Ooh, Curse of the Labyrinth. I don't know. That's one of those things where really taking a second to stop and just think about it would have maybe illuminated a different possible approach, but... Hey, Tears upgrade. I'm not... Oh my god, we found the boss room so early. It's an incredible blessing. Thank you so much. And it's somewhat ironic. Talked about this run is going to be the genesis of the idea that, you know, there's the Corey principle. When you start going too slow relative to the speed that you want to be going on a run, and things get a little shaky, and then all of a sudden, you know, we went through the depths to the cathedral in like 5 or 6 minutes at most. Straight up, I love Tammy's head. Definitely not fighting Hush here. HP is the #1 risk factor for fighting Hush. Damage is a close second, but HP is definitely #1. So I think Tammy's head is probably, believe it or not, like the best defensive item we could have ever asked for. Because it's going to kill enemies oh so quickly. It's a weird run. I hope that you, if they're watching these episodes, you trust me to give my honest appraisal of the run. I watch some people play Isaac, and I'm not trying to throw any shade on my colleagues, but they handle their discourse a little differently than I do. And, you know, that's their prerogative as well. But, you know, they'll have like a run that I consider really good when I watch it, and then they'll take one hit of damage and be like, oh, come on, they gotta fix that. And I'm like, what? You're killing it, dude. You're doing a great job. This run is good. It's great even, and we will probably win, but it's not as good as it looks. I'm not looking at the value on the XY plane. I'm looking at the derivative. You know, the direction it's moving. And there's a couple of things I want to identify here as being potentially dangerous. We have 0.78 speed. Some enemies, that's going to put us at a real disadvantage. We may literally just be slower than some enemies in the game. Now, Tammy's head makes that a little less relevant because a lot of those enemies will just eat it to a Tammy's head play or even to a Godhead play. And that's the other thing. We have Godhead, so our relatively poor, you know, DPS values here aren't as relevant as they would otherwise be. By the way, get ready, because I'm pretty sure Adobe Creative Cloud is about to tell me that there's an update available. I've learned to identify the signs. It's when 2 p.m. PST rolls around. But, what did I tell you? I want you to, it still scared me though. I want you to take a look at our stats here as I close this window. Get out of here, Adobe. I want you to take a look at our stats here. Speed's bad. What would you feel if you started with these stats? You would feel great, but you would still feel like we need to work on our speed. And, you know, a damage stat of 5.12, as long as we don't have that when we go to the cathedral, I'll be relatively happy. Well, we do have it when we go to the cathedral, but we're still relatively happy. Mostly Godhead and Pencil are doing great work for us. I don't want to play this up like we've won an incredible run. All I'm going to say is that in contrast to a lot of our recent ones, this one wasn't a gimme. This one actually required a certain deft touch. Not Death's touch, although it would have been nice. But I know you can. It's easy to misrepresent that and say, oh, NL's the only guy who can complain about getting Godhead. That's not what it's like. That's not what we're doing here. All I'm complaining about is that because of Godhead, the perception of the run is going to be that it's infallible, when really there were a lot of, you know, potentially fallible situations here. Now, Sad Bombs, a speed upgrade. This is amazing now. Tears up? Yeah, let's go. And another speed upgrade. So now our speed is fine. And I think Sad Bombs, we have 24 of them. They should be incredible. And in fact, like as of right now, have been. Is that another Tears up? Nah, this one's one makes you small. Yeah, we're not going to lose now. And in fact, this is what you wanted to have happen on a run. You know, if there's any danger, you want to peek on the chest. And that's exactly what we're doing here. And try not to take it out of context. What's he gonna complain about now? Well, my luck stat is still below 0, so in contrast to the average chest, we're not gonna get very many items down here, but nah, I'm being facetious at this point. Now this run has given me everything I wanted, and the truth be told, I was gonna get more confident as this run went on either way, as long as we maintained our HP, because the HP was really the only thing that could stop us. This is the best we played on an Isaac run, maybe over the course of the entire pseudo streak so far, so I'm feeling good. You know, we hit a milestone. What did I call for in the last video? The next big real milestone is winning a run that is a little tough. And this run was exactly a little tough. Big ups to Chaos for securing the victory by giving me that Godhead access. I'll never forget you. Big ups to Godhead for existing. And I will not be going down to Delirium because that's madness. Hey, thanks for watching. What win is that? 17? 18 in a row. If you enjoyed the episode, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.